And we are live! Huzzah! I gotta turn off my countdown tower. Oh, countdown timer. And welcome to the Turpicas, the Top Escape Rooms Project Enthusiast Choice Awards, coming to you live. Really, truly coming to you live. My name is Errol.
And my name is Rich.
And we are here to present to you these awards. So we're very truly excited. We see that there are a number of people in the chat. So just to let you know, we won't be probably addressing too much in the chat. However, if you do see something like a tech thing that's happening, by all means, put it in the chat and we are glancing towards it. And then hopefully there isn't any tech issues and we'll be able to fix what we have. Huzzah. I'm excited. How are you feeling,
Yes,
Rich?
I'm ready. We've been waiting for this for a while now, and I'm excited to finally reveal all the stuff we've been waiting to tell everybody. I'm super excited for all the companies and rooms we're going to honor today, and yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this because we have a lot of things to go through. Huzzah! So, first off, before we get to the awards, we do have a couple of things we want to talk about. And so, why are we doing this? There's many reasons I think that we're doing this. I personally am quite happy that we were able to pull in all our friends, and not just our friends, but enthusiasts around the world to try and find the top rooms. Because there are a lot of top room lists out there, but usually it's chosen by like one or two people. And so it's great to hear what everybody thinks about this. And so we want to recognize the best escape rooms. We also want to make this like a global bucket list because I think some people have used the Topecas to find other rooms when they go traveling. So this award really is truly for enthusiasts because the mainstream folk won't go traveling just to do escape rooms. It's like a byproduct of them being on vacation. But for us, we're going on vacations because of escape rooms. So we're here to help you plan. And we also want to reward creators because we give back to those creators that put their heart and soul into their creation because we the joy in our faces, and that's something pretty cool.
Yes. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how it works. I know a lot of people that are watching are probably contributors or escape room owners that know what's going on here. But for those that aren't, we really tried to build this as something that's different than any other award system, and we wanted to build a system based on accountability and trust. So that means you can go to our website and you can actually see every single person that has contributed to our awards, and all of these people have been vouched for by at least somebody else that we know and trust. And you can see all the games they've played. You can see the affiliations they have, and we really want this to be like this isn't just an anonymous poll. There's accountability here. So the way it works is the people that apply and we approve that have played over 200 games are eligible to nominate. The nominators can nominate up to 20 games each. And then when it's all said and done, any rooms that have two or more nominations get to move on to the voting round. In the voting round, we allow any of our contributors that have 50 or more games to participate by going in, looking at all of the finalist games, checking off which ones they've played, and then they have to provide a complete stack rank for all the games that they've played that made the finals. Um, we'll get into some of this more a little bit later, but then what happens is we take all of these ranked lists and we do a bunch of math. There's actually a whole field of research on how you can create a global ranking from individual rankings, and we've spent a lot of time discussing exactly the best way to do this. But ultimately, they all go in, and what we're trying to do is that the goal of this list here is that the data you see is the sort of collective uh, ranking of all of these enthusiasts from around the world. So the reason why we chose 20 games for people at over 200 is that means that any nomination that actually makes to the finals, or any nomination that gets nominated at all, is going to be at least the top 10% for the people that only have 200, and for the people that have played like 1,000 games, top 10% means it's the top 2%. So, anyways, yeah, let's go on to the next slide. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what's new this year compared to last year. So, One is we really wanted to expand to more countries and make this a more global award, and as you'll see, we've certainly done that. We also wanted to get more voters. So last year we had 70 voters. This year we got people from a whole bunch of different more countries. Errol will talk about that in a little bit. And we have built better infrastructure. So there's now a website where new potential applicants can apply to be involved. They can do all their nominations and rankings through the website, and it's there's just a lot more in place. The first year we were just doing one-off Google Forms and hacking a lot together, but we're trying to make this a lot better experience for everybody that's involved. We've also looked at improving the algorithm. So the algorithm is really tough because we want to really balance the desire for our users with tons of experience to sort of meaningfully impact the rankings, but we also wanted to make sure that we consider the fact that there is some uncertainty when only a few people have played a game or it hasn't been compared to a lot of other games. We don't want somebody that, if only a couple people have played a game, we don't want it to rocket to the top because they made some favorable comparisons. So we need a lot of comparisons outside of a given region. I will talk about this in a little bit. Some may see this as a shortcoming of the algorithm, but what we've seen is that if we don't have a lot of data on a room, we don't have a lot of confidence exactly where it should go in the ranking. So you'll find that in some cases we'll have certain areas of the world where there's actually a decent number of voters, but very few of those voters have actually played games outside that region, and there are very few people from outside that region have played games there. So it makes it sort of hard for them to get very far because the way our algorithm works is based on comparisons between one game to another. And so if there's not a lot of those comparisons, it can hurt the ranking in a game. I could go on and on, but I think Errol would probably cut me off at some point on how the algorithm works. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. But we spent a lot of time on it and really think that what we've chosen is the best that we can do from the data that we have. Now, let me talk a little bit about the new rules we have this year. So we did not have an experience requirement in the first year, and so we really wanted to make it so that a given nomination was basically an achievement in itself. And so by setting the bar at 200, it means that, like I said before, any nomination means it's one of the best games ever for somebody that's played a lot of games. And so that means that even getting a single nomination is a good accomplishment for a room. And now the voter minimum is because we wanted to make sure that people that are comparing games have at least a broad perspective on it. And also there's some overhead on our side with vetting all the users and making sure that the people are who they say they are. And we want to have this high bar of accountability. And so we didn't want to have so many voters that were in the system that we wouldn't have time to sort of process. And so anyways, that was the experience rule, and I think it's worked pretty well, and we're very likely to stick with that for next time. The next one was we wanted to make sure that games were open for at least 30 days in the past year. Now, in the first year, we had games that you could nominate games that you'd play at any point in your life. But now we're trying to make it so that it's more current, and so you have to be open for at least 30 days. Now, some games may not have been open long enough, in which case maybe they'll be available next year. But this is, I think, another rule that we're pretty happy with, and we will keep going forward. The third new rule is that the games needed to be playable in English. And this one was pretty controversial, and I'll explain a little bit about it. The main reason for that this year was that the website and all the instructions and all the interactions we have with our voters are all in English. And we didn't want to have some sort of an asymmetry between what people were able to contribute in that regard and what we could get on the site. And also our website is all in English too, the public-facing website. So there's that. Secondly, the algorithm that we use to rank the rooms requires that there's significant overlap between games in different markets, and having a common language ensures that we can make meaningful comparisons against all the games in the list, and the ones that aren't currently compared well can be compared well by the same pool of voters. Third, English is basically the common thread for many traveling enthusiasts. So, if somebody from Spain, for instance, travels to the Netherlands, there are no games in Spanish in the Netherlands, but there are in English. And so it's kind of like the common language for a lot of enthusiasts. And so anyways, we know that this is a rule that not everybody loves, and we're going to revisit it again before next year to figure out whether it's something we want to keep or not. If we do keep it, we will almost certainly require that rooms clearly state on the website whether or not they're playable in English. We basically had to contact all the companies directly, and we didn't always get very clear answers on whether they were or not, and it was a ton of work. And I think that what we will likely do is actually ask the companies that are interested in being nominated for this award to clearly state whether or not they're going to be in English. Finally, we also we wanted to add more transparency to the process, and so we required a lot more disclosures about affiliations, and we were very strict about games that you could and couldn't vote for if you had financial relationships and things like that. And the whole point of that was to just make this more about pure enthusiasts recommending games to other enthusiasts. And we think that we did a good job of that. So that's what's new for this year.
Wow. So it's pretty true about the algorithm. I kind of tune out when Richard talks about the algorithm because it's complicated. And I remember when we were given the voting which algorithm to use, and he had 4 of them. And we had to choose between 4. And I'm going, I don't even understand the difference between 2 of them, let alone 4. So I just said, Richard, you just pick whatever looks right, because 4, good grief. Anyway, so let's take a look at some of the stats. This year we have 105 nominators from 15 countries, which is amazing. Last year we had 49 from 9 countries. 507 rooms were nominated from 31 countries. Last year, as you can see, is 253 from 20 countries. And now we have 229 finalists from 22 countries. But last year it was 102 from 14. So the 11 new countries that were nominated in 2019 is Brazil, Georgia, Greece, Israel, Italy, Malaysia, New Zealand, Slovakia, Sweden, Switzerland, and Taiwan. So there's all sorts of new stuff coming. You have to forgive us. I think we're both kind of sick. So that's why I'm drinking and making sure that our voices are keeping hydrated. Now, as a result of having more voters, obviously we have more countries and more overall confidence in our methods and data. And so we have 20 top companies and 50 top rooms that we wish to show you. And there are, I guess you can announce this, Rich.
Yes. So as a result of this expansion, not only do we have a lot to get through, but it means that 11 new countries are going to be winning Etopica this year for the first time. And you can see on the screen, Austria, Belgium, Canada, Czech Republic, Estonia, France, Greece, Ireland, Poland, and Switzerland will all be winning an award today. So look for those as we go through them.
I know that Richard's looking at our screen and it's very small, so it's Israel, Poland, and Switzerland. Sorry, Richard, I could make the screen bigger.
Oh, what did I say?
Yeah, that's okay. So we are going next to first the top 20 companies. Now, this was different this year than it was last year, and Richard's going to talk data.
Yes. So one thing we did this year is that in the first year we actually had all of our voters and nominators nominate and vote on companies directly. And one of the things we found is that people had a really hard time with it because they were unclear on how to rank companies. And secondly, we were able to basically, in the end, we were able to look at the results and see that they were very highly correlated to the room results. And so this year we decided to make it easier on our voters. They will just vote on rooms, and then we will use our findings from the previous year to predict what the company rating should have been based on the actual room results. Now, the thing we learned from 2018 was that having a company that has multiple rooms that are extremely highly rated basically was what made people vote them really high. So we used a very similar metric this year. And as we go through the rooms, we will be spoiling some of the room winners, but we're not going to tell you the ranking they have. So you'll see that when we get through the room awards.
Or at least the finalists. Don't we spoil the finalists, or do we say winner on there?
The finalist has already been announced, so that's already on the website. Okay. But yeah, we will spoil some winners, and that will kind of help explain why the rooms are ranked the way they're ranked.
Ah, cool. Okay, are we ready? We're gonna start at number 20. That would be the Escape Game. They have 15 locations in the U.S.
Yes, so the Escape game is, in my opinion, maybe the best company at really faithfully reproducing high quality games to multiple locations. I've played them in several different places. They're all great. And in fact, in many of the cities where you can find the Escape game, they're very likely the best game in town. So this is the first award we've given to sort of like a mega company like this. And I think that they are highly.
Yes. Are you there, Richard?
Yeah.
Oh,
You want
good.
to go to the next
Okay.
one?
Yes, definitely. Sorry, there was a little fun Skype stuff happening. Okay, we'll go on
Okay,
to
cool.
number 19, The Basement, 3 locations in the U.S.
Yes. Now, The Basement is really a pioneer in the escape room horror genre. They have 3 finalists this year, and this is their first time winning a Turpica, and we're really glad that they have cracked it here. Like the Escape game, they had 3 finalists, but the way these comparisons work is that basically uh, how well your finalists do will put you a little higher. So this is how The Basement is at number 19.
At number 18, we have Dark Park, 2
That's
locations in the
right.
Netherlands.
That's right. So Dark Park was actually number 6 in the company rankings last year. So this makes them a 2-time company winner. They had 3 finalists this year with the Inn, the Honeymoon Hotel, and the Orphanage. One of these, as you will see, is a top room winner. And they've got excellent games from top to bottom across 2 different locations in the Netherlands. So if you're ever there, check out Dark Park. They got some great stuff.
Number 17, Hidden in Hamburg, Hamburg, Germany.
Yes. So Hidden Hamburg actually had 4 finalists. One of them is a Turpica Top Room winner, which you'll find out later. They are particularly noteworthy in the fact that all of their rooms are installed on boats that are sitting on the water just outside Hamburg. So you should check them out.
Number 16, Escape My Room, New Orleans, U.S.
Yes, Escape My Room is another 2-time winner. So they were number 9 last year when we were only giving out 10 company awards. They had 3 nominees this year, including 2 finalists that finished in the top 100. So that would be Inventor's Attic and Escape Extinction Sharks.
Number 15, Insomnia Corporation in Burgos, Spain.
Yes, this is another new company to the Turpicas this year. We had a great participation from Spain this year, and so there are a good number of Spain winners and finalists. Insomnia Corporation had 3 nominees and 2 finalists, Camping and the Doctor's Cocktail, that finished in the top 100.
Number 14, The Maze in Israel.
Yes, the first company from Israel to win a
Woo!
Turpica. So congratulations to the Maze. They actually had 2 finalists that both finished in the top 100. They have Cube and the Sting. So congrats to the Maze.
Number 13, Trap Game in Switzerland. It's 4
Yes.
locations.
So this is actually going to be the first of 2 companies from Switzerland. Now, Switzerland was not involved in the 2018 awards at all, and they are the first of 2 to win a Turpica Company Award this year. They actually had 2 finalists that both finished in the top 100 with Pirates of the Black Trap and Jurassic Jones.
At number 12, sorry.
Yeah,
At number 12, we have Trip Trap.
Yes. So this is the second of the 2 companies from Switzerland to win a Turpica Company Award. So the 2 finalists, they had 2 finalists as well that both finished in the top 100, including one that is going to be a top room winner that we'll talk about later.
Oh.
So congratulations to Trip Trap, and Switzerland is making a good splash this year.
Spoilers. Number 11, Claustrophobia.
Yes, Claustrophobia holds a special place in my heart because they are the company that hosted our world record attempt back in 2018. They were a pleasure to work with, and they are arguably maybe the most prolific escape room company in the world, where they have at least 50, maybe 100 different games in 6 countries. This is the only one out of all the finalists here where the list we're showing you is only a tiny fraction of the games that they have available. They actually had 5 nominees and 2 finalists, one in Andorra, An Avalanche of Oblivion, and one in Russia with Ghost Hunters. One of those will be a top room winner, as we'll mention later. And they also even had a game that won a Tropica last year at number 22, which is Alice in Nightmare Land. Unfortunately, that one wasn't actually eligible for this year's awards due to the new English language rule. But Claustrophobia has so many great games. If you ever visit Moscow, they're going to be a big part of your trip. I can guarantee that.
And if you want to try to attempt to get a Guinness Book of World Records, you probably have to go to Moscow to do that, and then you could beat Richard. At number at number 10, we have Lucario.
Yay, Lucario. So last year they were number 10, and they held fast at number 10 again this year. They had 2 finalists in the top 100, one of which will be winning a Top Room award later today. Congratulations to Lucario.
Number 9 is Paradox Project in Greece.
Yes, Paradox Project is the first company from Greece to win a Top Company award. They have 2 finalists in the top 100 with The Mansion and The Bookstore. One of these will be winning a Top Room winner this year. And the thing that's especially interesting about Paradox Project is that both of their games are 3 hours or more long.
3 hours?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? But yeah, the thing that makes them amazing is that they really sustain quality for that entire time. So we'll talk about more later when we talk about their Top Room winner.
Whoa. Number 8. Emergency Exit. I can't pronounce. In
I was
Poland.
wondering how Errol was going to handle the pronunciation on this
I
one.
don't know what that is.
Anyways, Emergency Exit is the first company from Poland to win a Top Company award, and they had 3 finalists with In the Shadow of the Pyramids, Nautilus, The Underwater Adventure, and The Legend of the Sword, including 2 of the 3 finishing in the top 100.
Number 7, Unreal Room Escape.
Yes, Unreal Room Escape. They had 3 finalists this year with Lamina, The Narcos, and Vikingos. And they ended up with 2 in the top 100, one of which is a Top Room winner. And so we will be discussing them more later.
Unreal Room Escape in Spain. I didn't say Spain, sorry. Number 6, Palace Games in the US.
Yes, Palace Games was actually number 2 of these, finished in the top 100 this year. And one is actually a Top Room winner. So we will talk more about them later.
Number 5, Mad Mansion.
Yes, Mad Mansion is making a huge splash this year. So they had 12 experiences across 7 locations in Spain. And this year they had 5 finalists, which is tied for the most finalists out of any of the companies.
Wow.
Yeah, so Dragonborn, Dino Rising, Red and Blue, The Legend, The Temple of Shock, The Mystery of Scum Island. 4 of 5 finalists actually made the top 100. One of them is going to be a Top Room winner. So congratulations to Mad Mansion.
And I didn't even notice that. When I see Mad Mansion, I think Maniac Mansion. And then, of course, they have A Mystery of Scum Island, which is a great call out to the LucasArts adventure games. That's cool.
Nice.
Okay, number 4 is Skirlum.
Sorry, Errol. One thing I want to mention is that each of our top 4 has 2 Top Room winners. So that is what got them to the top 4. So Skirlum was actually our number 1 winner from last year. And this year, again, they will have 2 Top Room winners. I won't spoil the surprise, although you might figure out which those top 2 are.
Only if they're clever. Only if you're clever.
Yes, but given that they will have 2 rooms that are going to win, we will talk more about them later. But congratulations for Skirlum in getting not only number 1 last year, but number 4 this year, which is pretty awesome. So well done.
At number 3, Escape Barcelona.
Yes, Escape Barcelona. So last year they won one of the Top Room awards with Alien El Origen. And this year they have a second Top Room. Again, both of these rooms will be winning an award this year. The second game is called Tomb Hunter, Akasha's Legend. And the performance of these 2 rooms basically made Escape Barcelona rocket up to number 3 this year. So congratulations to them, number 3 company.
Number 2, 13th Gate Escape.
Yes.
In US.
Yes. 13th Gate was number 4 last year, and they have moved up. owing to the fact that this year they had 5 finalists, which was tied for the most with Mad Mansion. So Cutthroat Cavern, Tomb of Anubis, The Asylum, The Collector, and Spellbound. 3 of these 5 finished in the top 100, and 2 of them are top rumors, and we will discuss them more in a moment.
And finally, at number 1 for the top company, we have The Room, Berlin, Germany.
Yes, congratulations to The Room. So this year they were number 3 last year, and they are moving up to number 1 this year. And this owes to the fact that they are the only company on the list that placed 2 rooms in the top 25. So you're hearing a little bit more about that. So if we had not expanded the awards to 50 this year, they would have been the only company to have 2 winners. We will talk more about their games when we get to them, but huge congratulations to The Room.
Congratulations.
As our number 1 company in the world. Well done.
Wow. Okay, that was exciting. Now, our next one, there are 50 rooms we're going to announce, but we're doing well. It's only been 26 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. We've been making guesses at how long this was going to take. And we were hoping it won't go too long, because I think last year we were like all over the place. We were missing room names. We were stumbling each other. We've got our act together this year, so as not to waste your time, except when I'm talking. That's good. There have been talks in the chat, which is fun, is how to pronounce Turpica. And that's how you pronounce it. That's how you pronounce Turpica.
Yes. Turpica.
I had to train for that because I kept messing it up, and Richard would just keep on, correcting me. Oh, no, that's not how you pronounce it, Errol. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Think replica or silica.
Yeah, I guess so. I just had to repeat it over and over again. Okay, are we ready for the top 50 rooms?
I think so. We're going to have to go through at a pretty good clip, but let me say that, so as we go through these, there are going to be some select quotes that we have pulled from some of our participants about these rooms. We're not always going to read them, but you can check those out for yourself, and we'll tell you a little bit about each room. For the most part, we're going to move pretty quickly because 50 rooms is a lot to get through, and that is not to take away from the amazing quality of these rooms, because every single room on this list is here for a reason, and it's because a lot of enthusiasts that participated in this felt like this is one of the best rooms in the world. So, yeah,
and
congratulations in advance and enjoy.
And all the information that you see here is going to be available on the website. So if you want to go back and see the quote and whoever made the quote in the limelight, you will be able to go to our website at turpica.com. You can see it at the bottom over there. I can't probably pronounce properly. You'll be able to see all of the results after this is done. Okay. Yep. Okay, we're gonna ready. Starting at number 50, Tomb of Anubis, 13th Gate Escape.
Yes, so Tomb of Anubis is an Egyptian-themed game with a massive set and some amazing reveals. Last year, it was number 23, and it is the first of 14 repeat winners from last year. So of the 25 last year, 14 are back. This is the first one. And it is, as we mentioned before, the first of 2 winners from 13th Gate. And it's an amazing game.
At number 49, Hotel Hello. Hotel Hello. Of Way Out in Spain.
Yes, this is a horror-themed game, and it is the highest finisher from Pamplona, Spain. Now, we have a lot from Barcelona, but this one is from Pamplona. It was actually on the list of finalists last year and finished at number 42, which was out of the awards. But this year, we've expanded to 50, and it has held its position well enough that it is now in the money this year. So congratulations to Hotel Hello.
Congrats. At number 48, I'm only pronouncing the English one here, Entrenched. Connecta Escape in Spain.
Yes. This is one where I really love the quote. So thanks to Dean Love. He says, the first World War II bunker game I've played that actually felt like a real World War II bunker. It's a relatively easy thing to do with pretty low production values. But what happens when you tune those values up to 11? A Trincherados happens. So yeah, this game is new on the list this year. I sadly missed it on our recent trip to Barcelona, but maybe it's a reason for another trip.
Anything's a good reason to go back to trips. Number
Yeah.
47 is Alien: The Origin, Escape Barcelona in Spain.
Yes. So this is another repeat winner. So last year they were number 18, and this is our second repeat winner, and it is the first of two winners for for Escape Barcelona this year. This is a spaceship set game based on the Alien movies, and I had the distinct pleasure of playing that this year, and it was awesome.
Number 46, Galactic Pioneers Mine Maze in the Czech Republic.
Yes. So this is actually the first of two winners for Czech Republic, which is new this year. You might think this is the sort of spaceship area of our rankings because the previous game was on a spaceship, and so is this one. This game is one I have not played yet, but it is one that I hope to soon.
At number 45, Einstein's Letter in Le Passage, France. I'm not pronouncing that properly, sorry.
Aren't you Canadian?
Every time I try to say anything French, my daughter makes fun of me, so I just stopped.
So anyways, this is actually going to be the first of two winners for France, who is new to the awards this year as far as winners go. This is an immersive time travel game. It actually appeared on our rankings last year at number 56, but it moved up this year, and now at 45, it is a Turpica winner. Congratulations.
Congrats. Number 44, L'Abattoir in 1 hour in France. Now, the funny thing about this poster, it looks very innocent, but when you see all the other pictures on their website, not innocent at all.
That's funny. Yeah, so this is this
number 43. Yay, Richard's back. I'm so happy.
All right.
That was scary. Ooh, it's from Canada. Below Zero Crypto Escape Rooms. Yay, Canada.
Yay! So the first Turpica for Canada. Congratulations! This is yet another sci-fi themed game. It is a very narrative-based game, and maybe Errol, do you want to say anything more about this one?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this room. I remember when David and Lisa and a bunch of other escape room enthusiasts came up, and there was just something special about this room that they weren't able to place their finger on because they were just there. I mean, it was just right after, and they're at the end of like 5 rooms or 6 rooms. And it's like, well, it does narrative really well in a room, and there aren't too many rooms that do that well. So, and they're all like, that's it. That was amazing. So it's a room that I'm quite proud to see on the Turpicas. Let's go on to number 42, The Intervention Escape Center in Israel.
Yes. So I happen to be a huge fan of the TV show How I Met Your Mother, and this particular game is the first Turpica for Israel, first of all, but it's also based on that show, which I am super curious about and would really love to play. I want to say a little bit more about this game, and this is going to be one of a few games I'm going to make this same stipulation. Israel is one of those countries where we had a decent number of voters that played in Israel, but very few had played outside of Israel. And similarly, there were very few people that had played all sorts of places that also played in Israel. So it meant that this and basically all the games in Israel were very difficult to compare to the rest of the list. And so the fact that this was able to get into the money here at number 42 suggests that this is a really strong game. And it's actually one of the ones that the small data we do have suggests that if the people are to go visit and play the game, and if they like it as much as the people that have played it, then it's pretty likely to be one of the ones I expect to be moving up next year. So this is a great debut spot for Israel, and hopefully we'll see more from there in the future.
So the moral here is to travel more and go
That's
do
right.
rooms. At number 41, The Observatory at the Gate Escape in
yes,
U.S.
Go ahead. Yes, this is a delightful game, and I'm super happy that it has made the list at number 41. This is about an hour drive outside of Boston, and if you're in Boston, it is totally worth the drive. I don't want to say too much because there's some interesting spoilers to be had in this game, but I'll just leave it at go play it. You'll love it.
Yeah, I think I talked about this on the podcast too when I just saw the beginning of it. I didn't even play it. It looked pretty cool. I paused because I know there's a proper way to say that. Lemons. I don't know how to pronounce it, so let's just go on.
Lemonster, I think. Maybe?
Yeah, Lemonster. That's it. Lemonster. At number 40, Escape from Godot, Mr. and Mischief of the US.
Yeah, so there's some games that we'll be talking about that are very, very, very different than typical games, and this is one of them. So Escape from Godot is actually a hybrid between a traditional stage play and an escape room, and it's unlike anything else I've ever played. It was available for the better part of a month in LA, and they've also had it at various film festivals and stuff. If you have the chance to play it, I'm not even sure if they'll be offering it anymore. They might be up to something new, but I'm super happy to have such a unique game on the list this year because it really shows the variety of escape room types that you can just that people will absolutely love. And enthusiasts are really into uniqueness and variety, and this one really nails that.
Sounds good. So we're at 40. That was the first 10. I noticed that our chat cut out. This is very sad. Do you have I just want to make sure that everything is running. Do you have the YouTube live stream running somewhere else, by the way, Richard?
Me? No.
Yeah. I was wondering if you could check to see if it's going well and
Oh.
smooth. It looks like it's going smooth here. I'm just being paranoid because I don't see chat. Oh, I'm so sad. I can't see what people are saying to us.
Oh, let's see.
This is very sad. Okay, still going. Looks like it's going. You have
You're echoing.
live stream running somewhere else, by the way, Richard?
Oh, that's me. Just kidding. Yeah, the chat's still
Okay.
going. Chat's still going.
Yep. So I'm
Okay.
sorry, I can't see all your lovely chats. It just stopped. So we'll continue on. Let's go into number 39, and that is Haunted House 2: Poltergeist, The Chamber in Czech Republic.
Yes. So this is another really highly rated horror game, and it is the first of it is the first of two winners for the Czech Republic. Did we win one? No, it was one of the two winners. I'm not sure which order it was. And this is a game that I really look forward to playing. I've heard great things. Ken Ferguson, one of our board members, talks about how this is one of those scary games, but it doesn't do it by filling it with jump scares, and that is you're going to see that there are other horror games coming up, and I think the common thread for the high-rated horror games are the ones that don't do it with cheap thrills, like they do it with world building and immersion. So, yeah, this is a game I really can't wait to play.
Is that Ken Ferguson of The Logic Escapes Me?
That is.
He was supposed to be here to do a cornet solo for us, and then he didn't join. I was very sad. I wanted to get that cornet solo. At number 38, we have Plight of the Margot 1 and 2.
Yes, so this is another one of the really unique games out there. So you might be wondering why 1 and 2 are listed together. Plight of the Margot is actually a 3-hour game that is chopped in half, and at 90 minutes into the game, you basically are extracted from the room, and you get to take a little break, and then when you go back in, you pick up exactly right where you left off. So it's making a division between them as separate games doesn't really make any sense because your experience in number 2 for different teams could be starting in completely different places. So anyways, it's an amazing build. It's clearly built for enthusiasts. If you can get to Fort Collins, Colorado, this is an absolute must-play.
Sounds exciting. I don't even know where that is. It's cool.
It's like about an hour from Denver, I want to say.
Okay, number 37, El Diamante de Almas, Immortal Room in Barcelona, Spain.
Yes, this is a great twist on a horror room, and I don't want to say more than that, but you got to check it out if you're in Barcelona.
You just got to try it. Oh man, that sounds exciting.
there are a few horror rooms in here. I know horror is pretty polarizing, but I think this room has something for everybody in it. So don't write it off if you're an anti horror person, because I think that there are things in this game you'll really enjoy.
Number 36, Rumanji, Elysium in Spain.
Yes. Congratulations to Ramanji. So Ramanji is, of course, a escape room take on the Jumanji movie series, and it has some amazing set design, some really great reveals. And if you're ever in Mataro, this is a must play. You got to check it out.
Number 35, one of the longest titles you'll see for an escape room. Ghost Hunter Ernie Hudson and the Zoo of Death in Germany.
Yes. So this was number 10 last year, and it is holding strong at number 35. It's interesting to see, like, we had 25. There were 25 winners last year, and I believe only 14 are repeat winners. This is one of them. It is again the first of 2 winners for Skirlum, so we'll be hearing more from them later. But they have a very unique radio style interaction that I haven't really seen anywhere else, and they have this Ghostbusters theme that I think really works. So yeah, awesome game. Check it out. Go to Hamburg.
Number 34, Asylum of Exit19.pl in Poland.
Yeah, this is the first room from Poland to win a Turpica, so congratulations to them.
Poland.
This is an adventure-based thriller game, which basically story, atmosphere, puzzles, the overall experience makes this room special, says Eulalia Pujaves. So yeah, this is one that I'm gonna need to get to at some point. Congratulations to Asylum.
Number 33, The Brewery, Enigmic in Spain.
Yeah, there's not a lot of games that are themed on breweries, and I'm really sad I missed this one on our trip to Barcelona.
Manda would be sad too.
Yeah. So, but based on the voters, people love this game, and that's going to be top on my list, I think, next year for or next trip to Barcelona.
Number 32, it's Kammer 237 in the Netherlands of Kammer 237.
Yes, Kammer 237. I loved this game. It's themed on The Shining. It has some incredible set design that I can't get into without spoiling anything. They were actually on the list last year at number 43, but since we only gave away 25 last year, they were not a winner. But this year they moved up to number 32. This is one of those games that the more people have played it, the more it's moved up in the rankings, and so that's a really good sign of a strong game. And so yeah,
that's cool.
I know people are talking about trips to the Netherlands. This is one of those ones where you're definitely going to want to venture outside of Amsterdam to get over to this one.
At number 31, it's Andhilda's Room, Trip Trap. I just like saying that. Trip Trap, Switzerland.
Nice. Yes, so this is the first room from Switzerland to win a Turpica, so congratulations to them. This is an immersive 90-minute fairy tale, and this is actually the second room, similar to the one in Israel, that I want to have the same sort of disclaimer on, is that it hasn't had a ton of external comparisons outside of Switzerland, and the preliminary data we have and the data I've heard since the people have played even after voting closed suggests that this is probably one of the rooms that the more people play, it will actually climb higher in the rankings. So 31 is a great debut spot, and look for a bit maybe to move up a bit next year. We'll see.
Did you see that article, Richard, about language where if you have anything like Trip Trap or Ping Pong, it's always I followed by A or O. You'll never hear it the other way. You won't hear Pong, Ping, or Trap Trip or Spit Spot. There you go. It's always I and then A or O. And it always follows that pattern everywhere.
I did not realize that.
And it's kind of cool. Anyway, nobody wants to hear about that. I still like saying Trip Trap. At number 30.
Make this a variety show.
We have Stash House of Stash House US.
Yes. So, Stash House is another repeat winner. They were number 15 last year. This is one of the most beloved games in LA and if not the US. It is themed on a drug dealer stash house. It's immersive from the beginning. And one interesting tidbit about this is that of all the games that were finalists, um, this was tied for third most played out of all of participants. So out of our 370 voters, 85 of them have played Stash House, and the fact that it is number 30 with that many voters means that it has really solidified its spot in the rankings at around this level. So
So I'm hoping that you also have the second most played and the first most played written in these notes somewhere, right?
I can tell you that the third most played and the first most played are coming up, but the second most played did not win.
Oh, interesting. Okay, go on to number 29. We'll stay away from that drama. Sacrum Labyrinth in Russia.
Yes, this room is pretty amazing. Unfortunately, it's now closed, and
Oh.
it qualifies for this year's awards based on the 30-day rule. This was a massive maze with 2 kilometers of paths within a 2,000 square meter maze in an old burned out Soviet era building, and it was crazy. They You can play with up to 20 people, and they had, as is common in Russia, I think they had various levels that you could play, and I believe the levels were based on how much contact you were allowed with the actors. So they had light, medium, hard, and hard with pain.
No. Oh.
So so naturally, when we played hard with pain.
Oh boy. No, what did you choose when you played?
We chose hard with pain.
You did. Oh wow. So, but it's doable, right? I mean, like,
Yeah. I
oh,
mean, we didn't have any lasting injuries. So.
okay.
But yeah.
Why would you trust that? Anyway, okay. Number 28. Number 28 is The Last Defender. That's a really long name in Denver, Colorado.
Yes. So this game is another one of the super unique ones in that it is sort of billed as an immersive theater puzzling experience. And enough people decided that this should count as an escape room that it is here and it is deserving. Um, this is a game that is up to 16 people. It has actor interaction. Um, it's been open. It originally opened in Chicago. They took it on the road. It was available in Denver for a few months, and it is actually reopening in Chicago on January 10th. And if you have the chance to play it, you got to check this out. It is a really amazing experience, amazing puzzles, some really great interactions, and just a great build. Check it out.
Number 27. Woo! The Secret of Saint Romualdus in Belgium. I don't know what that. Oh, that means the Golden Cage. I remember looking that up. Ha
Yes,
ha ha ha.
nice. So this is the first room from Belgium to win a Turpica, and
Woo!
starting off at number 27 is pretty impressive. This is an immersive, sprawling, story-driven game. I have not had the chance to play it yet, but I hear from the best, like Sharon Gill, that this is one that I should not miss. Sharon Gill of Team Squared, with over 1,500 games played, so that's saying something.
Number 26. An Avalanche of Oblivion in Claustrophobia Andorra. Andorra!
Yeah, so if you're wondering where Andorra is, I get this question every time this game is mentioned.
I
Is a
learned about Andorra because of last year's Turpicas.
Yes. Yeah, it's crazy that now Andorra has a two-time winner. Andorra is a small country on the border of France and Spain. Um, it was number 12 last year, and it is known for its mind-blowing story, effects, and atmosphere. And it's still holding strong. It dropped a little bit from 12 to 26, but representing a small country on the national or the international stage is pretty impressive. So congratulations to them.
Number 25. Insane Paranoid of Quest Art.
Yes,
In
so
Russia.
Insane Paranoid. This one is in Moscow. This one is still available. It was number 19 last year, and we've had even more voters validating its spot in the rankings. This is a really immersive sort of interaction style game, and it has a unique feature in that if you have players on your team that are too scared to play, they can actually sit in the waiting room and watch the entire thing on camera and see how all the things are working. And so when we played this, we had some players that did that, and they enjoyed it nearly as much as those of us playing. So
Oh wow. At number
on our trip to Greece, I'm not sure how it kind of missed our radar, but it sounds amazing, and I hope we can do it next time.
number 23 is The End of Dark Park in the Netherlands.
Yeah, so Dark Park was one of our top company winners, and this is the game that won the top room award for them at number 23. This is a very unique game that is super immersive. It starts in a funeral parlor and goes from there. I don't want to give anything away, but this was actually interesting in that it was the number one room for a decent number of our contributors. Um, and I guess, yeah, I mean, it's noteworthy in that regard because it actually, like, some people ranked it as higher than many of the ones above it on the list. So yeah, it's a definite must play, and you should check it out if you're in the Netherlands.
At number 22, Neptune's Curse, hidden in Hamburg in Germany.
Yes, another game from one of our top company winners. This one was actually number 30 last year. So when we gave away 25 awards, it just barely missed out on winning an award. This is based on a real ship, and it's got a set and some gameplay that you won't find anywhere else. And I don't want to say more than that. You got to play this one if you get to Hamburg.
Oh, wow. Number 21, Transformer, Russia in Gexa.
Yes. So unfortunately, this room is closed, but based on their website, it sounds like they're actually reconstructing it and building it somewhere else. So I think it will be coming back. Um, if you are familiar with the concept of a white room, this is basically a white room on steroids. It's super tech heavy, mechanical, and you're not going to find anything else like it. It's amazing. And based on their website, it should be coming back. If you get to Russia, this should be top on your list.
And at number 20, The Interview of Effect Laboratories in Estonia.
Yeah. Okay. So not only is this the first Turpica for Estonia, um, it is checking in out of the gate at number 20. And this is actually the third game that I wanted to mention that suffers from having fewer external comparisons because not a lot of people have been to Estonia. But the data we do have suggests that even though it is number 20 this year, this might be one of the ones that moves up when more people play it. So we have reason to believe that this is a really, really, really great game, possibly worthy of something higher than this. So check it out.
Wow. Whew, we're getting down to the last 20. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, at number 19, The Amsterdam Catacombs at Logiclocks in the Netherlands.
Yes. Okay. So this one was number 4 last year. It is still holding strong in the top 20. It is one of the few games you'll find that's actually in the basement of a church. It is an immersive horror-based game, but it is so good. It's just an amazing experience from top to bottom. And I know that a lot of people who don't even normally like horror absolutely love this game. So um, I think Pim said he hadn't played it yet from the Netherlands. Pim, get in there.
Wait, he's from there and he still hasn't played it. What? What?
Well, maybe he has now, but if he hasn't, he should.
At number 18, Lamina, Unreal Room Escape in Spain.
Lamina is a great game that makes you feel like you're really working in a mine. Last year, it finished at number 39 in the rankings, so it missed out on the top room award. But this time, it has moved up to number 18, and this is one of those games that the more people that have played it, the higher it's moved up in the rankings. So this actually is tied for third with Stash House as the most played room out of all of the rooms on the list. It also had 85 out of the 370 players play it. So the confidence in its ranking is as high as it can get for where it's gone. So congratulations to Lamina for an outstanding finish.
And I haven't played it, so there's the FOMO setting in that it's the third most played room. At number 17, we have Ghost Hunter Ernie Hudson and the Wailing Woman of Skirlum in Germany.
Yes, and some of you may recognize this as last year's overall number one. I would I take this as a testament to how amazing the remaining games are, in that we got 16 games coming up that all beat the one that was the consensus pick last year as the top room in the world. So this one again from Skirlum is a immersive Ghostbusters themed game with the unique radio style interaction that they also use for the Zoo of Death. And having these two games once again had Skirlum as one of the top companies in the world, and still must plays, both of them. Check them out.
Number 16, Dragonborn, the Innkeeper's Son of Mad Mansion in Spain.
Yes, huge debut on the top room list for Mad Mansion. Dragonborn is the highest of their record 5 finalists that they had in the competition this year. This is an immersive game that excels at character interaction, set design. It's in Vitoria, which is not in Barcelona, where many of the top games in Spain have been. But it sounds like it's worth a trip.
Number 15, The Story Keeper at Le Curio. Woo!
Yay! So The Story Keeper. This was number 14 last year, and it holds super strong at number 15 this year. And this is a testament to a game that almost all the reviewers have said has no real weaknesses. And I think it is basically strong in all the categories that enthusiasts care about, like, story, characters, interactions, puzzles, all that stuff. Uniqueness.
I love this game. It's the reason it's like my favorite game. I love it. Anyway, I don't want to be biased though, so I'll go on.
Oh, this is the time where you can be biased.
All the votes have been counted. I would have moved it up higher if it were me, but anyway, it's not just me.
Yes. Well, congratulations to Le Curio and the Story Keeper.
At number 14, another Storyteller's Secret at Boxeroo US.
Yeah, the debut for Boxeroo on the rankings. This is, of course, the story blank section of the rankings. This is a game I have not yet played. I think it's the only game in the US on the list that I haven't. But I'm hoping to play it in January, and I've heard amazing things. It is number 14, which must be crazy good. So I'm looking forward to it.
January? Aren't you also going to David and Lisa's thing in August or whenever that is?
The thing in Montreal, you mean?
No, the Recon, the real escape.
Recon. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, January I'll be there for MIT Mystery Hunt.
Oh, right. Of course. Anyway, I'll be able to meet you for the first time because I'm hopefully going to Boston as well. Not for the MIT, but for Recon. Anyway, number 13, we have Going Underground, Crime Runners in Austria.
Yeah, so this is the first Turpica for Austria. And given that it is the only finalist room from Austria, and it has relatively few players, the fact that it got to number 13 suggests that this is a serious powerhouse game. I have not played it, so I can't speak to it directly, but all of those who have speak of it extremely highly, and it is reflected in its ranking here at number 13. So congratulations to Going Underground.
Number 12, Lab Rat, Hatch Escapes in the US.
Yes, 370 voters, 94 of them have played Lab Rat, which suggests that its ranking of number 212 is super solid, and this game is one that is going to be around for a while. Now, this is a truly unique and inventive twist on the sort of laboratory style game. I don't know how much to give away there, so I'll leave it at that. This room was number 8 last year. Even with tons more people playing it, it is still number 12 with all these other games sort of infusing into the rankings. So congratulations to Labrat. I know they have a new project coming out soon on Kickstarter, and looking forward to that as well.
At number 11, it's Ghost Hunter Brandon Darkmoor at the Room in Germany.
Yes. So the Room, remember, was our number one company, and this is the first of 2 games on their list. And you'll notice that they're already at number 11, so both of their games are in the top 11. This is a super awesome Ghostbusters themed game. It's actually set in the same universe as the Ghost Hunter Ernie Hudson games at Skurlum over in Hamburg.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, they are related that way. And it's just an incredible experience. It's almost as much sort of immersive theater as it is an escape room, which is the combination that I particularly enjoy. But yeah, Brandon Darkmoor at 11, super awesome.
And now we're getting to the top 10. I should have music at this point in time.
Yeah, you could do a little freestyle.
Or Ken Ferguson of The Logic Escapes Me could have played his cornet at this time. This is what the people have been missing because he's not here. Okay, number 10, drum roll. I should put these sound effects in, and I didn't. Oh well. El Exorcista, No Exit, Greece.
Yes, El Exorcista. So I'm still trying to figure.
Now, for any of those who are watching, you might not know who we are. Oh, he's calling. Okay. Let's try this again. Hello, Rich.
He's back. Are we still broadcasting?
We are still broadcasting.
Oh, I can't see anything.
Oh, you can't?
No, I can't. I mean, you need a screen share.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you meant in the actual thing itself. Sorry.
Yes.
There we go. Oh, we didn't want that.
Is the show over? Did I miss it?
Okay, we're good. We're all back. Whew, I didn't move from number 10. Oh, did you want to? You stopped at like, I don't know why or something like that. I can't remember what you said.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm not sure. So about Exorcista, the thing that I wanted to say is that one of the things that really stands out about this one for me is that they had some of the most amazing special effects I've ever seen in a room. The thing that I don't understand is I'm not sure why they have a Spanish named game in Athens, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, number 9. Let's go before there are more tech issues. It's The Lost Treasure of Alexander von Humboldt of The Room in Germany.
Yes. Okay. So this game was number 5 last year. It is the second of 2 games by The Room in the top 11, which got it the number 1 spot. And it's interesting between the top rooms they have are so close to one another. One of the curious parts of the algorithm is actually when people compared Brandon Darkmoor to this room directly. Actually, more people preferred Brandon Darkmoor to this room, but the people that preferred this room preferred it much more, and that's how it ended up higher in the rankings. But this is just a testament to the sort of range that the folks at the Room can do, in that this is a little bit more of a traditional escape room, and it's got like amazing lighting and set effects, whereas the other game is much more immersive and in terms of interactions and stuff like that. So yeah, congratulations to The Room.
Congratulations. Okay, number 8, Abduction 3, The Exam in Spain of Abduction.
Yes, so this is a pretty unique game as well. They have a great combination of both physical and mental tasks. Last year, this game was at number 32, so it just barely missed out in the top 25. This year, a lot more people have played it, and the people that have played it have been loving it. So it is all the way up to number 8. It just really shows that the types of tasks you do in this room can appeal to a wide variety of players. It's got a little bit something for everything, from physical, mental, what have you. But yeah, you got to check this out.
Number 7, Chapter 3, The Morgue, Evil Genius Escape Rooms of Los Angeles in the U.S.
Yes, so this is what was almost a sad story in that in that this game right now is currently closed. It was available for a relatively short time in Los Angeles, and it is an incredible game. Um, it is one of those rare games that can do a very dark theme but can do it with a sense of humor, and you don't see much like that. The good news is that this game has been in the process of moving up to Santa Clara, California, and will be reopening soon at Off the Couch. So um, we get a little bit. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area, so it's nice to see some migration of the best games of Southern California moving to Northern California. So can't wait to see the new version of that game coming soon.
And if we ever go to California, San Francisco area, then I could just stay at your house.
Sure. Yeah, we got a bed for you.
Number 6, Tomb Hunter Akasha's Legend, Escape Barcelona in Spain.
Yeah, so this is the second of 2 games from Escape Barcelona, and the debut of this new game, Tomb Hunter Akasha's Legend, at number 6, is a super high finish for a very incredibly well executed Egyptian style tomb game. It's got some great interactions, great immersion. They had Alien Origin on the list as a winner last year. It is also a winner this year, I think at number 47. But they have outdone themselves with this, and this one really takes any complaints anybody may have had about the Alien game and addresses them really well. Like this was, I believe, yeah, I think this was probably my favorite game in Barcelona. So,
Cool.
Yeah, congratulations to them.
Congratulations. Top 5. Number 5, the Edison Escape Room, Palace Games in the U.S.
Yeah, so the Edison Escape Room was number 6 last year, and despite having all these new voters and all these new games coming into the rankings, they actually moved up a spot, which is just a testament to this kind of stuff you have. They have great puzzles, they have great tech, they have great gameplay. It's a 100-minute game. Palace Games has really outdone themselves each year. This is their 3rd room. I feel like every room has sort of just built on the quality of the previous room, and from what I hear, there's another room coming soon, and there's some high expectations for that. No pressure, Palace Games, but the other thing is, I think this might have been the one we accidentally skipped in the show last year. So,
No.
so I'm glad to finally give them their due.
Oh. At number 4, we have Cutthroat Cavern, 13th Gate Escape, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yes. We are getting into the rare air here. So Cutthroat Cavern was actually number 2 last year. This is a crowd-pleasing favorite that is here to stay. There have been some complaints about some aspects of the game, but it is so amazing in the thing it excels at. You are not likely to find any better escape room set in anywhere that you can go than this one. It is the second of 2 games from 13th Gate in the top 50, along with Tomb of Anubis, which was at number 50, which helped Cutthroat Cavern get one of the very best company rankings once again. I believe they took over the top company ranking in the U.S. with this finish. And congratulations to Cutthroat Cavern.
Cool. Now we're at the top 3. Just as a little break, we have 142 concurrent viewers at the moment. So Richard was thinking, I actually had no idea how many people would tune in and watch this live, but we have at least 143 people watching live. And I also know that Justin is streaming it to a vast number of people. So who knows how many people are actually tuning in right now? I don't know, but we thank you. We thank you so much for joining us as we get to the top 3 escape rooms according to enthusiasts. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Number 3. I like dragging things out. Okay.
All right.
The Man from Beyond, Strange Bird Immersive. Houston, Texas.
I am so happy for this room. This is one of my all-time favorites. The only room that I've cried in. It is a hybrid immersive theater escape room. It actually finished number 3 last year, and it is still number 3 this year, which is amazing, especially when we consider that the two that are going to be finishing above it are both new to the rankings this year. So this ends up being the highest repeat finisher out of all the rooms we had. And I think it is really a testament to the staying power and using the power of emotion in an escape room. I think um, everybody that plays this game gets something out of it, and I think that it is very hard to do, and they executed it extremely well. I can't wait to play the next game they release. No pressure, of course. So,
So much FOMO.
Yeah. But
Okay.
congratulations, Strange Bird. Well done.
Congratulations, Strange Bird Immersive. They also have a really cool blog about immersion in escape rooms. So it's,
Yes.
what is it called? Immersophenia? Immersology. You should check that out. Anyway,
Yeah.
coming in at number 2, we have the Paradox Project 2, The Bookstore in Greece.
Yes. Okay. Paradox Project 2, The Bookstore. This is new to the list this year. We had a good number of our most experienced enthusiasts visit Greece, and this is one of the ones that just came back as everybody really, really liking it a lot. Now, the thing that's noteworthy about this game is it's 3 hours and 20 minutes long.
Wow! 3
Yes.
hours. These are like Greece always has these 3-hour games. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I mean,
want to play.
that is the take home from Greece is that like their short games in Greece are 90 minutes.
It's a magical place.
Yeah, it is a magical place. And one of the things that they did in this game is that somehow they were able to establish a really high level of set and puzzles and design, and they were able to sustain that level for an entire 3+ hours, which is crazy. So this is actually the second of 2 experiences they have. The first experience was also a finalist. It didn't quite crack the top 50. That game was also 3 hours, and you kind of play them in sequence. So you play the first one, and this one continues the narrative. So yeah,
At
so
6 hours. Wow.
Yeah. So if you ever get to Greece, make sure you plan at least a day to play these 2 games.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
congratulations to Paradox Project.
Congratulations, Paradox Project. Okay. Number 1. I think everybody already knows.
They might. They might.
They would already know. If you've been reading all the Slack channel, then people know. And I'll read the quote from this too, just for Sarah, because she was so excited when she saw her quote was going to be used here. It's The Dome, an escape room, Netherlands. There's no other game in all 1,500 games I've played that I've spent more time discussing, theorizing, and reliving post-play. It has completely redrawn the boundaries of what escape rooms can be. Sarah Dodd of London. Wow, congratulations, The Dome.
Yeah, The Dome. What can I say about The Dome? It has just about everything you could want in an escape room. Escape Room Netherlands actually had a winner last year with the Girls Room that finished at number 16. Unfortunately, finished out of the money this year. But The Dome absolutely took over the rankings this year in a hugely convincing fashion. When I played The Dome, I think it's the first time I've ever ran outside of a room and like hugged the creator before anything else happened.
So they should have warnings about that. Do not hug the creator unless they want that. But
Yeah, he seemed okay with it.
Because you would probably tower over him too. What are you, like 7 foot? Oh, that'd be scary.
I'm 6'7". 200 centimeters for the Europeans.
Wow.
Anyways, some interesting stats about this one. So there were 59 people of our 370 that played it. Out of the 59 people, 41 of them ranked it as their number 1 room. Super convincing. and 54 of the 59 had it in their top 3.
Mm.
The even more interesting thing is that if you look at the gap between the number 1 and the number 2 ranking in our scoring system, the gap between 1 and 2 is the same as the gap between number 2 and number 23.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I think there's a chance that this game's going to be around for a while, and the bar has been raised. I think, let's see some. I want to see somebody try to beat it next year. Let's see what can happen.
Wow, that's impressive. Look,
Yeah.
all the concurrent viewers just left once the dome went up. They don't want to hear us to say thank you or goodbye.
Yeah, well, congratulations to all the winners.
Congratulations to everybody, because all those rooms are amazing.
Absolutely. Yes. I want to do some thank yous. Thank you to all the board members. So we formed a board this year to help sort of make decisions and discuss rules, help with the design. The board members, Ken Ferguson in particular, was really helpful in processing nominations and cleaning up all the metadata on all 500 of these rooms that we did. Everybody pitched in on reviewing. We've had over 400 applicants. There were a lot of issues that came up where we needed to make quick decisions on things, and Errol was huge in preparing the final website, which I'll be making live right after we're done here, and preparing this presentation, getting us all ready, and calming my nerves for talking to the internet.
He was so nervous. Poor Rich. I shouldn't laugh at that.
Yeah,
you did a great job, Richard. Thank you, because it's because of you and math, because that was a complicated algorithm, and if it wasn't for you, I'm so glad that I'm part of this. So that
I want to single out Maximo Quadro and Ron Kagan. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Both of these guys helped a ton in determining which games in Spain and Israel were eligible due to the English language rule. They helped contact companies, and that was a ton of work. I also want to thank Eulalia, Clarissa, Victor, and Maria, who helped with a lot of feedback in the best way to reach and respond to the Spanish market in Spain, because we had a lot of applicants and a lot of new stuff from the Spain crowd. And there's just many other people on Slack and Facebook and email that helped vouch for applicants and just basically were willing to help in any way. Every person I asked was always super eager to help. I was really impressed with the graciousness of the community. Of course, thank you especially to all 370 of our nominators and voters, because without any of you, these awards would not exist. And it really, in order to make this a thing that we can all do, we need to incorporate the opinions and the various nuances that people bring to the table as far as what makes the best escape rooms.
And then thank you to all the escape room creators that build great games. Both Rich and I are just, this is Rich's, half of his life is doing escape rooms from the sound of it. You are enriching Rich's life and enriching mine. So thank you so much. I have so much FOMO because these are all such amazing sounding games and I want to do them all. So let's, what's going to happen next year? Do we have a slide on that? Yes, we do. So let's see what's going to happen. Okay, until next year, sorry. As I said before, you'll be able to find all the quotes, all the rooms. We even have a map that Ken made us, Ken Ferguson of the Logic Escape Me. He created a map that we can put on there, Google Map, and you can find it at Turpica.com. As you can see, it's up there. It's also at the bottom. We tried to make it available. And if you want to know how you can get involved, well, there we have voters.turpica.com. Go take it away, Rich, if you want to get involved somehow for the voting. I don't know if people can hear children screaming in the background or not.
Yeah, so follow us on Facebook if you want to learn more announcements. I want to say one of the big questions I get from escape room owners is, how do I get on the list? I want to say two things to that. One is, especially next year. If your primary game is not in English, please make sure to include your language available on your website. And the other thing is that there is no formal way for any room to apply. Basically, all the nominations for this have to organically come from our nominators. So if any of our nominators has played your room, then been you've basically applied to be considered. So that's it. Make great rooms. Eventually, there's enough of us out there. Somebody's going to play it, and that can, word travels fast. We're a very well connected community, and when any of our top enthusiasts plays a game that really, really moves them, uh, that word gets around. So that's pretty much it. I
We
think
have a Slack, and all we do is talk to each other. That's true. All the
that's true.
enthusiasts talk to each other. Now, I've muted myself, so nobody should have heard that dog, but I'm pretty sure you hear that dog in the background just yapping away. So next year, are we doing this again next year? Of course we are, Richard. Do you have a lot of plans to the algorithm that you plan on making?
Oh, I have a list of things I want to do next year. I think I have some thoughts about maybe making it a little easier for people to do nominations throughout the year. So, like when somebody, like if you're in a nominator and you play a game, in March, and you feel like, hey, I really want to keep track of that, I might want to nominate it. I'm considering having a way for nominators to do sort of like add some games to the website a little early so that it's not such a big task for everybody when October rolls around. But we'll see. I'll announce more on that later if we end up doing that. But yeah, constantly trying to improve it. We want to have more voters. We want to get more of the world involved. We want to get more people to the rooms that or the areas that are new to the list this year, and need more experienced players to get there so we can help them, find where their spot on the ranking should be. And we had great growth this year, and I hope to continue that next year.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Rich.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody that's watching, and I hope we can see you next year and even more of you when we do this, probably the same time. Take care, everyone. Congratulations to all the rooms. Bye-bye. And we're stopping the stream. Woohoo!